Tablets can do a lot of things that you would want from a laptop these days, but it's not easy to find something that can easily transition between different styles of use. Today we have Lenovo's Tab P11 Pro Gen 2, which can do a lot of things for a good price, and we'll also compare it to some iPads to get a broader context of who should go for this. If you get the tablet without any accessories, you will get a very slim slab with narrow bezels around its gorgeous OLED display, and at 480 grams, this is quite manageable to use in your hands. But Lenovo has also designed some really nice accessories for it that really make this much more versatile and usable. The tablet itself comes bundled with the Precision Pen 3 for 40,000 rupees, but you can also get the keyboard pack for an extra 5,500 rupees, and for that price, it is a really nice add-on which also includes a magnetically attaching back cover that will allow you to place this at different angles, in addition to adding a secure place to keep the stylus. The keyboard also magnetically attaches to the side of the tablet with pogo pins, and it is a very strong and reassuring magnetic lock that won't disconnect unless you really want it to. This can make it double up as a laptop, which you can even use on your lap if you learn how to balance it. I have to say that I really wasn't expecting the keyboard on this cover to be good, but it is quite comfortable to type on, and the keys remind me a lot about the keys on their Legion laptops. The keys offer great travel for a tablet cover keyboard. They do not feel cramped, and you can really get some serious work done using this keyboard. The touchpad on this cover is also good, and while it is not very big, it does track well. If you are used to 2 and 3 finger gestures on a laptop, then you will also be very happy to hear that they also work on this touchpad, and you can scroll and right click using 2 fingers, switch between apps using 3 finger gestures, open the recents menu, and even show the home screen with a 3 finger swipe down. So I really couldn't demand more from this keyboard and touchpad combo. The display is probably the best thing about this tablet. The 11.5-inch OLED panel comes with a resolution of 2560 by 1536, which looks very sharp, and it runs at 120Hz, which makes motion so smooth and satisfying on a large display like this. Being an OLED panel, the colors, contrast, and viewing angles on this are of course really amazing, and its 600 nits panel is also capable of Dolby Vision and HDR10+. Now the much more expensive iPad Pro does have a mini LED display, but most of the iPads like this iPad Air just come with an LCD display, and this OLED display just looks so much better, especially with its 120Hz refresh rate, which you also don't get with the iPad Air. This is also a 15:9 aspect ratio display, which makes watching videos and movies on this a much better experience than the iPads with their more squarish display that give you bigger black bars. Even when you do get black bars on this tablet, they are completely black because this is a f***ing OLED panel. Browsing websites and reading text in general on this display is also a really great experience, and I really like its 11.5-inch size, which sits nicely between the size of an iPad mini and an iPad Air. The Dolby Atmos supporting onboard speakers on this are also loud and clear, and you definitely don't need earphones to consume content. Whenever you don't want to use the keyboard, you can just detach it instantly and browse web and even write text using the stylus, so you can really quickly transform this into different things. The fancily named Precision Pen 3 works very nicely, and its pressure sensitivity also functions well. It is not quite as responsive as an Apple Pencil Gen 2, but in isolation, you will find it to keep up very well with your movements on the screen, and you can definitely use it for doing artwork. The tablet does have both an 8MP front camera and a 13MP rear camera, and it also supports face unlock from the front camera, which works fine in landscape mode. But if you want to face unlock it in portrait mode, then the camera is on the side of the tablet, so you kind of have to center your face towards the side of the tablet to unlock it, but then it does work well. This is what the video from the 8MP front camera looks like, and I think that this is pretty good for Zoom calls. Do give this video a thumbs up if you are liking it, and you can also subscribe with bell so you don't miss out on future videos. I am hoping that you won't use the rear camera for photography, but if you do, then this is what the images look like, and they are adequately good for a tablet camera. This tablet runs on Android 12, and there is a new Android 12L version that is specifically designed for tablets, but I don't think that we have it available on this yet, so we have the regular Android version, which still works pretty well. Lenovo does offer a productivity mode toggle with this, and that will add a taskbar and allow you to resize different apps and make it operate like Windows, but Android apps don't seem to like the resizable behavior a lot, so I personally found just using the regular mode to be better, and you can still multitask with the regular Android way with split screen, which also works nicely. Now I won't get into an iOS versus Android discussion, but even if Android may not be perfect, I find it to be good enough to get everything done, and I also don't find iOS on tablets to be perfect. So as long as you don't expect it to operate like a laptop, you will be fine. If this does get Android 12L, I think it will get even better, and this is going to get 2 major Android updates with 3 years of security updates. Lenovo has also added some extra features for the Stylus, which include an ability to quickly take notes even when the screen is off, along with some other stuff, and you can also configure things like keyboard attachment behavior, so all of it is decently well thought out. There are some bugs that I encountered, like the face unlock constantly trying to unlock the tab even while the keyboard cover has covered the screen, and it even tried to unlock the tab when I was making a quick note while the screen was off. The virtual keyboard keeps appearing when you attach the keyboard even after you have disabled it. The YouTube app seems to have some issues with HDR, and there were some other bugs too that were not as annoying, so I hope that these things get fixed in the future. The Tab P11 Pro comes with a MediaTek Companion 1300T processor, which offers a good level of performance for the tasks that it needs to handle. It does keep up well with the 120Hz screen, so everything feels fast and snappy. There are some areas in the software which make it feel a bit rough, but these feel more like software issues instead of an issue with the processor. Comparing its score in Geekbench, this seems like a CPU with Snapdragon 865 levels of performance, and this will definitely not be as powerful as what you will get with the iPad Air, but again, for the price this is really good, and the CPU doesn't feel like it is lacking power when you're operating this. On the GPU side, this seems to have a relatively more powerful unit with the Mali G77 MC9, and gaming on a large screen like this is a real joy. This is the 8GB RAM version with 256GB of UFS 3.1 storage, and there is also a microSD card slot that you can use for adding more storage. The P11 Pro comes with an 8000 mAh battery, and it lasted for 13 hours in my YouTube video playback test, in which I had the screen on 30% brightness at 120Hz, and I think that is quite good of a result, as you should be able to get more duration from it when you're just doing regular things. It does come with a 20W fast charger in the box, which charges the tablet in 2 hours, so that should be adequately fast for most people. So overall, I have to say that the Lenovo Tab P11 Pro is a really well designed and well thought out product that really gives Android tablets a solid entry for a versatile tablet that can be used in many ways. The keyboard accessory works really well, the stylus is great too, and you are getting a really amazing and smooth OLED display on this. The software on this may not be perfect, but the issues with it are minor, and while you could get better processors on Apple devices, they are also more expensive, and in isolation, the MediaTek processor on this is fast enough to let you do anything on the tablet. But the real benefit of this tablet is that you are getting a screen that is much superior to that on the iPad Air, and the aspect ratio is also much better for media consumption. So combined with the fact that this also works well in the laptop mode, I think that as an overall device, the Lenovo Tab P11 Pro Gen 2 is tough to beat for the price, because at around 45,000 rupees, this is a very complete package, while an Apple keyboard with touchpad with Apple Pencil will cost you 38,000 rupees by themselves. So I'll have links to check this out in the video description. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe with bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.